You've probably heard of terms like OIS or EIS when it comes to image stabilization, especially with video recording, and that's important when you want to film stuff or take photos and not have shaky footage. But while that's pretty common to find in modern smartphones, Vivo's taking things up a notch with the Vivo X50 Pro. This is the first and only smartphone in the industry to be equipped with gimbal-like camera stabilization technology. Before we get to that though, let's get to know the Vivo X50 Pro a little better. I don't think anyone would disagree that this is a pretty smartphone. I think that it's a really nice size with beautiful curved glass on both the front and back of the handset. The back panel is frosted so it doesn't pick up grime as easily and is really nice to touch. The glossy frame adds a nice bit of grip to the device and is an appreciated premium touch. It also has a flat bottom and top to contrast the rounded sides, plus an industrial-looking camera bump that really helps the phone establish its own visual identity. Turn on the screen and you'll be greeted by a really nice 6.56-inch Full HD Plus curved AMOLED display. It's sharp, vibrant, and has a buttery smooth refresh rate of 90 Hz. This higher refresh rate makes everything smoother, and it's something that's hard to move away from once you've experienced it. Inside, the device is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G processor that's mated to 8GB of RAM and 256GB of UFS 2.1 internal storage. That should be good enough to give you a smooth daily experience. Keeping the lights on is a 4315 mAh battery with support for Vivo's 33-watt flash charge fast charging technology. It also supports dual SIM and 5G connectivity so that you're prepared for the next step in mobile connectivity. But today, we're here to talk about the most exciting feature on the Vivo X50 Pro, and that's its camera system. At the back, you'll find a quad camera setup with a 48-megapixel Sony IMX598 sensor as the main camera, a 13-megapixel portrait camera that's also capable of 2x optical zoom, an 8-megapixel periscoped camera, as well as an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera. With this multi-camera zoom, the Vivo X50 Pro is capable of 60 times hyper zoom that'll let you zoom in on faraway objects. That said, while you may have seen the other cameras before, you've never seen a main camera like the one on the Vivo X50 Pro. That's because it's mounted on the company's gimbal-like image stabilization system. And it's so powerful that you can even see the module move around when it's calibrating. Now what this means is that Vivo's built a camera that's designed to capture buttery smooth footage even while you're moving around. So here are some samples of what that looks like. On top of the unique gimbal stabilization, the Vivo X50 Pro also features motion autofocus. The phone's motion detecting algorithm helps keep track of moving subjects within the frame through body and eye autofocus. You can also double tap on a subject to lock on and track it as it moves. Perhaps one of the more subtle but useful features for people who are into serious smartphone video and photography is the amount of control you can get over how you capture your footage. Photos can be captured in both RAW and JPEG, plus you have the option to enable a histogram in the Pro Camera mode. Here you also get to dial in the specific settings you want to get the kind of images that you need. For video, you also have easy access to resolution settings, so you can quickly swap between 4K, Full HD, and 720p footage. You also get control over the frame rate and even the type of codec that your video is saved in. But the X50 Pro also has features to help the beginner out, especially when it comes to capturing smooth handheld video. To make sure you get the most out of the micro gimbal system, you can enable the stabilizer overlay in the settings menu. This gives you a small dot within a small circle, and the idea here is to try and keep the small dot within that circle as you make those moving shots. This will greatly increase how smooth your final video looks and is a useful tool to help someone learn movement when recording video. On top of that, to help with low light photography, users can employ the Vivo X50 Pro's night mode. With the new gimbal system, night mode low light photography is more stable than ever. The phone is able to utilize the new tech to cut out any handshake blur and give you a crisp image even when the going gets dark. The Vivo X50 Pro will be available for purchase at all authorized Vivo retailers nationwide. It's priced at 3,199 ringgit and will come in this modern, sleek colorway called Alpha Grey. To pick one up for yourself, head on over to Vivo's online store, the link to which will be in the video description.